I want to talk about, since it's come up a few times, pivoting or ending projects.
Yeah.
Because there's in some aspects, a fetishizing of perseverance in a lot of places, including Silicon Valley and the world of tech. And yet, if you look at a lot of the largest public successes, many of them had some type of pivot or shutting down of something that wasn't working. How do you know it's the right time to stop? And how does one go about making that difficult decision?
Let's take this question in two parts. First is, let's just talk about the premise that most successful things are pivots, which I believe is true. One of the really fun things to do is actually, do you know the Wayback Machine?
I do.
Right? Go to YouTube and you will see YouTube was a dating site before it became YouTube, what we know as YouTube, right? Do that for most major things that you get excited about. Or like look up the history of Facebook when it was, it was Face Mash beforehand. It was something before that. The only one that I don't think was a pivot was Google, and they've done pretty well. So that's the one counterexample. But most other projects are pivots from an original idea. And I think that's because, one, it's really hard to tell what works before you actually, put it into people's hands. It's really difficult. Like, you don't know if it's going to work. The key to entrepreneurship is failing really quickly. So putting it out there, seeing if it works. If it doesn't, then diagnosing why, and then like focusing on how to improve it from there. So one, I agree with the premise that most things are in fact like second runs. And then two, the importance of pivot, I think, is that most of the time you get it wrong. So the question is, knowing you're going to get it wrong, how equipped are you to deal with that failure really quickly before you run out of money? And the entrepreneurs that I have seen do very well are the ones that are equipped and engaged on the change from something that's not working to something that is. Far too many people, because of ego or whatever, stick with ideas far too long. And I think, it ends up really poorly.